This marks a media briefing on a case of conspiracy, armed robbery, and murder involving late Sanni Adeniyi, a personal assistant to Senator Solomon Adeola, aka Yayi. You will recall that on August 5th, 2023, we woke up to the sad news of an unfortunate robbery incident along Ojodu Berger, which claimed the life of Sanni Adeniyi. This media engagement is to confirm to you that through painstaking intelligence and investigative activities, we brought out the best in the capacity of Lagos State Police Command, we have succeeded in arresting the members of the syndicate involved in the robbery. And I'm on this occasion presenting them to you. In the course of the operation, 3 suspects directly involved in the robbery and the murder were arrested. 3 firearms, including the killer weapons, were recovered. Also recovered were 6 live cartridges, 6 expended ammunition shells, 6 live ammunition, military gears, and military gears. In summary, the arrested suspects include Fred Azeez Okuno, a 43-year-old Lagosian, Lucky Idudu Michael from Delta State, 33 years old, and Adedigba Segun, 26 years old from Ibadan, Oyo State. As mentioned, items recovered from them are 1 brand new Browning pistol with 3 rounds of live ammunition, 1 Beretta pistol with 3 rounds of live ammunition, 1 locally made cut-to-size pistol with 6 live cartridges, 6 expended cartridges, military gear comprising a military camouflage vest, a military jungle hat, military pistol holster, and jungle boots, which they used in the perfection of the crime that night. Also recovered in the course of investigation so far is 1 red Honda CVR with registration number EKY 276JD, which is also one of the vehicles they robbed in the course of their criminal escapades. Investigation so far revealed that this gang, which is being armed and indeed financed and set up by one Alhaji, name withheld, who is based in Benin Republic, specializes in robbing motorists of their unregistered vehicles. They target basically Tokumbo cars or brand new unregistered cars. The gang have been successful in not less than 5 previous operations, and their modus And their modus include stationing one gang member some meters from Berger bus stop to spot unregistered vehicle advancing or traveling on that route. The spotter will then call his gang members, who are usually dressed in military fatigue and stationed ahead of him along Berger bus stop, to inform them of the approaching targeted vehicle. The gang member in military uniform will naturally come out to flash down the vehicle. And again, naturally believing that the gang members are military men, the temptation to stop would naturally be very high. So they will stop, and the first thing they will do will be to ask for your vehicle papers, to give credence to two things. One, to pretend that indeed they have military background and they are there on legitimate military function. However, the main purpose for requesting for the vehicle papers is to clear security and custom checks after snatching those vehicles from the victims. Once they enter the vehicle, in this specific case, after demanding for the papers, late Mr. Sanni, of course, called his wife. One of them took him aside and requested for the vehicle papers. That is Fred, who actually organized this specific instance. He took him aside, requested for the vehicles of the papers, for the papers of the vehicle, and Mr. Sanni put a call through to his wife, indicating that he had been stopped by some soldiers, those he believed were soldiers, and they were requesting for vehicle papers. So he requested that he should send them to him on his WhatsApp, which was done. When they kept threatening, he now said the vehicle papers are already here, so what other thing do you want? At that point, they pushed him in, and it dawned on him that they were armed robbers. So he raised alarm, and from their narrative, he made to escape from the scene. At that point, Fred fired 2 shots that hit him, and this was also followed by a shot from Lucky, who was the actual one in military fatigue that night. They picked him up from where he fell, pushed him inside the back of the vehicle in his pool of blood, and drove off. Along the line, of course, the victim was groaning, screaming, and they saw that as a disturbance. And Segun, that was right behind with him, because at this point, Fred had taken over the driver's seat. Segun was behind with him. He felt uncomfortable with the screaming and decided to stab him on the chest. Of course, along the line, he gave up. And they had altercations within themselves as to why he had to stab him. Nonetheless, they proceeded and dumped his body off the road and drove the vehicle to Kuta area in Abeokuta that same night, where they washed off the blood and proceeded through Ishayin to Chikanda in Kwara, where they put a call through to the Alhaji, their kingpin, who then sent and picked the vehicle across the border. We do believe that this Alhaji has, based on our interaction with the suspects, the Alhaji has several similar cells operating across various states in Nigeria, with specialization being to target unregistered vehicles, rob them of the owners, and pass to him by the border. There are still some loose investigative ends that we need to note. That is in relation to identifying the wider network of these syndicates. However, at this point, the following facts are established and they are concerning. First, the 3 suspects so far arrested are all jailbirds who have served prison terms over the last 10 years, in and out. Fred Azeez, for example, was between 2010 and 2015 arrested for drug-related crimes, and he spent some time in jail until he was released 6 years after. He came out, he became even more hardened, and by year 2021, he was again arrested, this time clearly for a case of armed robbery. In 2015 to 2018, he was also arrested and sent to the custodial center for also for a case of armed robbery.